Hi, thanks for popping in for a moment with Celeste. So we're today going to show you a little piece that I had finished up just yesterday on one of my lives that all began with this pocket folder. So this is a pocket folder, as you can see, folds in half, and then everything was folded down. Now, I cannot take credit for this creative little ingenious piece here, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when you take something like this and finish doing all of your embellishing. So as you can see, if you lift it up, it has the pockets. Each side has two long pocket areas, okay? So it's on both sides. So what I did with it is I took this and I turned it into this. And this is my little, it's an ephemera, or I am using it, designating this as a little tuck tag holder. So I came through and I blinked up the front, kind of did a little vintage, whimsical vintage flow with it, and made this big cluster here of all kinds of goodies, of vintage laces and chenille, a little doily, and a piece of seam binding and a very vintage button. And that's what we did for the front. Then I had made this little closure to tie it on the side. I went through and I just kind of did a rough little outline of gold on the edges. And then when you open it up, voila, here's what we have. Again, it just went from this to this. Look at that. So I used all kinds of different medias on this. I have paper, I have trims, I have a couple of buttons, and I have some little scrappy pieces, and I just went to town. So I came up here and I edged the top. The first thing I did is I put all my paper on. Everything I wanted to use for a background, I put it on first. Did my sheet music, chose that song because my daddy loved that song, Daddy Sang Bass. And then I made these little hearts out of some canvas napkin scrap piece that I had. And then when you open it up, I didn't decorate the top. I just left it with the pretty paper on top. And then you come down and you see your pockets. Now, I just couldn't leave my pockets empty, so I stuffed them with some different little tuck pockets, or tuck cards, that I made for this. So on this side here, we have this card. And we have this card. And we have this card. I just love that paper. I have this little mocked up kind of a little postage card. And I have this beautiful piece made by my friend Renee to use as some type of a pocket. And we just put them back in, and you can see I trimmed this out with a vintage rickrack that I had, and a big vintage button in the middle. I added some chenille layers over here, and then we'll put this back away. So each side that I made has 5 tuck cards in it. 5 tuck cards, and I left room on all of them for whoever wants this this pretty container can still have time to do some of your own flaring up on some of the cards if you wish. Then on this side here, open it up, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to make one more because I know I have 5 and 6, and that will drive me crazy because I want it to be a match. So I got 6 in here, and we'll have 6 over here, which will give you a total of 12 handmade, hand-designed cards that I have just put together. And let's get them back in their little places. Isn't this fun? Isn't that a fun little container to store? And you can even get more in there. And so then we're going to fold it down. Make sure I get that down like that. See how we embellish this. Put this back down. And then you have your wonderful little folio box. Now, I am going to be selling this one here. If you would like to get the first dibs on this, just put sold in the comments, and this will be yours for $12. You get 12 tuck pocket or tuck cards and then the full embellished thing. $12. If you'd like this or are interested, say sold in the comments. Thanks, everybody. I hope you like this as much as I do. Bye-bye.